people of the world. My name is Ralph, and I want to talk to you today about this coronavirus. It's been wreaking havoc all over the world, and since it came out from China, I've been studying it and I've been trying to understand how it spreads, what causes it, and how we can prevent it, and how we can literally fight it, at least organically, before we get to the hospital. And I have acquired so much knowledge in it, and I feel a moral obligation to share this knowledge with you. So today, I'm going to break it down in several phases. I'm going to talk to you about how does this virus spread? What does it cause? How does it attack our system? What can we do to prevent it? And what can we do organically to help immunize ourselves to this virus? And finally, I'm going to do a summary, okay? I want to go to the bar where I have some things set up so that we can talk from there. Okay, so we want to talk about what is a coronavirus? A coronavirus is a virus that attacks the lower and upper respiratory system, and eventually goes into your lungs and causes fibrosis. That's the shedding of the lung tissue. So the way it works is, if you are able to catch it early and go to the hospital, you can be treated. But I advise everybody, as soon as you start to experience any kind of symptoms, sore throat, coughing, high fever, pneumonia, go straight to your nearest emergency room. Don't try to treat yourself. Go straight to your nearest emergency room so that they can treat you, evaluate you, and take care of you, okay? You can call the CDC. Some states have a hotline you can call anytime you start to experience symptoms. They can talk you through it and evaluate you on the phone before they tell you where to go to, okay? I just want to make that clear. Anytime you have symptoms, the first thing to do is go to the hospital, go to your emergency rooms, okay? Now, how do you stop? How do you stop from getting this virus? One of the major things that you have to do is wear a mask. I mean, there are so many different kinds of masks. There's an N95 mask, which is something like this. It's great because it covers your whole nasal system, okay? You have cheaper masks like these ones that you can just put and pull it down, and it's better than not wearing anything at all. You always have to wear a glove, okay? Especially if you're going somewhere that you have a lot of people. Wear a glove, wear your mask, okay? I was in the store the other day and I saw a whole bunch of people shopping right next to each other. Nobody was wearing a mask. You have to treat this virus seriously. Everybody has to be very, very serious about this virus, okay? And in as much as I want to say something, if you listen to what the authorities are saying, stay at home, quarantine yourself, this is very, very useful advice, because as long as we can slow down the spread of this virus, the better we are, okay? So some of the things I have here, I have a hand glove over here, and I have a clean solution. So the way this virus works is, when somebody who has this virus, for example, sneezes, the virus becomes airborne, okay? But when it falls to the ground, it stays in the ground for about 5 hours before it dies. But if it falls on the counter, okay, it might stay on the counter for about between 6 and 12 hours before it dies. So if by any chance you touch that counter, an infected counter or an infected area, okay, it gets on your hands. And if you use your hands and you touch your eye, your face, or your mouth, or your nose, then that's how you get infected, okay? So make sure that you never ever touch your face. Especially when you go out and come back in, you go to the grocery store, you touch the cart and everything, don't touch your face. When you come back, wash your hands with soap thoroughly, okay, before you do anything. Make it a point. And some of the things you can do, this is a Clorox wipe you can use to wipe down the counter in the offices, so that if you have any counter that's contaminated, it will kill the virus. Now, I have a hand sanitizer that I carry all the time. And when it's finished, I pump some more hand sanitizer into it. And I just carry it all the time. And I sanitize my hand. Just 2 puffs of it, I keep my hand sanitized all the time. If you don't have a hand sanitizer, you can get alcohol, okay? And just put it in a pump. It will do just about the same thing. It serves the purpose, all right? And now, in an area where you have a lot of people, it's always good every now and then to spray Lysol, okay, to keep the contamination down, okay? The next thing I want to talk to you about is, now we know how it spreads, okay? Let me go a little bit back to what happens. So when you get this virus, the first thing you experience is probably a sore throat, from what I read. A sore throat, and after the sore throat, it progresses to coughing, and then eventually it gets down into your lungs where it causes fibrosis, and this is what happens. When you breathe in oxygen, okay, then you excrete carbon dioxide. But what happens when this virus gets into your lungs is, when you breathe in oxygen, your lungs is not able to absorb all the oxygen the way it will usually absorb it. It's like you're breathing and your chest is going up and down, but yet you're not getting enough air. The same thing with the carbon dioxide. It's not allowing you to excrete enough carbon dioxide. So it attacks the lungs. That is why a lot of people die from it. And I want you to know that every single person should take this virus seriously, because it will kill you. And when it kills you, it's the worst kind of death. It's almost like you're drowning, because you're breathing so hard and yet you can't get the oxygen you need. Okay? So now I want to talk a little bit about what can we do to help ourselves. Okay? Of course, you gotta protect yourself when you go outside. When you're in line, stay about at least 4 to 6 feet from the person right next to you. All these things you have to do. But there's other things that you also have to do, like drinking warm water every 5 minutes, or drinking tea at least 3 times a day. The thing about this virus is that it's vulnerable. The vulnerability about this virus is that it cannot survive in high temperatures. So about 56 degrees Celsius and about 133 degrees Fahrenheit. So within these temperatures, the virus will melt and die. So what we want to do is try to constantly not allow the temperature, especially in our respiratory systems, to be too low. Don't drink cold water. It's not that you can't drink cold water, but at this particular time, warm water helps. Drinking tea with lemon, ginger helps a whole lot. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go to the kitchen, and I have some things I prepared in the kitchen, the things that I do. I don't have the virus, but I'm taking it like I have it, which is the way everybody should assume. Take precautions. If you start experiencing any kind of symptoms, sore throat, fever, okay, coughing, straight to your emergency room. Don't take any chances. The earlier they diagnose you and start to treat you, the better. Don't wait till it gets too late, okay? So, but there are some certain things that you can do to help yourself. I'm not saying it's a cure. By no means it's not a cure. But these are the little things that I know that can help, and from what I've read, that can help boost your immune system, okay? Drink water, drink warm water, okay? Take your vitamin C's. Very, very important, because it helps boost your immune system. Take your multivitamins, and like I said, over here we have the humidifier over here, and all you have to do is put a little water and probably a little Vicks drop in it, and then inhale it. let it run while you sleep, so that you continue to inhale every single thing you can do to immunize yourself, to help yourself fight this thing off. That's what everybody should do. So now I want to go into the kitchen and show you some of the natural, organic ways that I use, or that I'm going to teach you to help you. It's not a cure by any means. It's no cure. But these are the things that I feel that if you don't have the symptoms, it can help you. Okay? If you don't have the symptoms, it can help you. Okay, let's go to the kitchen. Hello, I want to give you the first tip about this coronavirus. Okay? It's called a self-detection. So of course you know that it attacks the upper and lower respiratory system, then eventually goes down into your lungs and causes fibrosis, whereby when you're breathing, you can't actually, the oxygen is not able to be absorbed in your lungs. So it's like you're breathing shallowly, you know? And on the other hand, you cannot excrete the carbon dioxide from your body, which causes a lot of toxicity in your body. Now, what the experts are telling us is that there's a test called a hold your breath test, okay? Now, it might work. Essentially what you do is you hold your breath for 30 seconds, okay? And if during that time you're really struggling to hold your breath, then there's a high probability that you might have the coronavirus. If you're able to hold your breath for 30 seconds and you don't have any problem, then most probably it's not the coronavirus, okay? I just want to let you know that that's one of the quickest ways to test yourself to see if you have the coronavirus, okay? Thank you. Let's move on to other things. Welcome to my kitchen, and in this section we're gonna do the organic way to help yourself. It's not a cure by any means, but it will help you fight off this disease. So I want to make it clear, it's not a cure. If you have any of the symptoms, call your clinic or call your hospital, go to the hospital room. But one of the ways, because this virus will die at high temperatures, one of the ways that experts suggest that we do is, this is a regular hair dryer I just borrowed from my daughter, okay? And you gotta turn it on hot and turn the fan on. And one air is gonna come out. So what you do is, and intermittently, just breathe in the air. Intermittently, just spray a little water so you don't get too dry. And you gotta do this for about 5 minutes. If you're experiencing any kind of symptoms, you gotta do this at least every 2 to 3 hours. Okay, that helps. Now let's move on. This is the organic part where I teach you some of the things that I do to protect myself, okay, from what I've learned about this virus. Okay, this virus cannot survive in temperatures, in higher temperatures. And when you make your body acidic, okay, it will help raise your immune system and kill the virus. So what I have here is pure honey. I have the lime, I have the ginger, I have lemon, and I have some onions. And of course, I have a spoon here that has been thoroughly sterilized. So I love to drink tea, okay? But now I'm drinking tea at least 3 times a day. And what kind of tea? This is my tea kettle, okay? I'm brewing some tea. All I have done is take a little bit of ginger, you know, a little bit of ginger. You take a little bit of ginger, a little bit of lime, a little bit of lemon, okay? And you just cut them all up. Okay, you can cut them a little bit better. Now, if you want them really, you can grind them up. I have my little grinder here. I can put it in there and grind it, okay? And so what I do is I take all of this together with, you choose, I have so many, as you see, I'm a tea drinker, so I drink all kinds of teas, okay? And this is lemon zinger tea, this is peppermint tea. I like peppermint tea because it has that minty flavor to it. So what I do is, you take all of this, and then you cook it for about, you put the tea in here, put some tea here, and you cook it for about, let's say about 5 minutes. Let it come to a boil, and when it comes to a boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this kettle, and this is my teacup over here. And so what happens is, this is just for making the tea. Another thing I want to emphasize is what I do is what we used to do in Africa to break a fever. And so from everything I've learned from this coronavirus, what I do is I take the lemon, the ginger, the same thing, but this time I put a little bit of onions. I cut a little bit of onions and put in there, and I've done that, okay? And I've done that on the stove. So they're about ready right now, okay? So I'm gonna pour the tea here, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, over here I have some tea, some lemon, some ginger, a little bit of onions, okay? I've cooked them for about 5-10 minutes, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just pour it into my okay, so cover this up, and you pour the tea and some honey. Very, very, honey helps soothe. For those of you who cannot drink this without sweetening it up, for me, the way that I feel that the best way to do is drink it with honey. Because honey is a healing agent anyway. So, you know, honey helps you relax, helps you sleep better. So I just stir it, you know. And you need to do this if you're having any kind of symptoms or anything. You need to do this at least 5 times a day. Just have your tea. After you brew your tea, you can get one of these thermos, put it in there, and just sip on the thermos. It's as simple as that. That is good. Ooh. That is really good. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to breathe in the hot air mixed with ginger, lemon, onions, and all that. And what this essentially does is it attacks anything in your respiratory system. It helps your respiratory system clean everything out, push everything back into your stomach. If anything is in your nose, it's gonna break it down and you can sneeze it out. You gotta do this if you're starting to have symptoms. You gotta at least do this at 2 or 3 times a day. But remember, if you have symptoms, the first thing you want to do is go to the emergency room, contact your medical agency, CDC, whoever you have to contact in your own area. Okay. So now I'm gonna move to the next level. This is the last thing we're gonna do in the kitchen. And what it is we're gonna take this pot, and this pot we have this pot. We've been cooking this pot for about 30 minutes now with lemon, lime, ginger, and onions. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take the pot and put it on the floor here. I've protected my hardwood floor so that I don't put a bone on the hardwood floor because I don't want to hear my wife, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. Of course, I got my blanket. I got my blanket here, my chair here. I'm gonna take this out. And I'm gonna put this down like that. Then I'm gonna cover myself with the blanket. As you see the steam coming out of the, so I'm gonna stay here for about 10 minutes. Okay. At the first 2 or 3 minutes, I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it. But I kept on. After about 5 minutes, I started to really feel it. Now I feel so light. I'm a little bit lightheaded though, but if you can do this 2 or 3 times a day, I guarantee you every single thing, every virus in your respiratory system it will help clean it up. It doesn't mean that it's gonna kill it or anything, but it will really help clean things up. You see how much I'm sweating? And okay, I wanna encourage each and every one of you to try this at home. But this final one I did, you have to make sure that you don't have any kind of breathing problems, because you can only do it if you're really, really healthy, okay? It takes a lot out of you. So you might want to try the hairdryer one, it's better. But this one is for people who are really healthy. But I want to thank my daughter, Precious, who's been shooting this video for me. You know, thank you so very much, Precious. And the essence of this is just to see whatever I can do, we can do to give value to people. Might be you can pick up one or two things from everything I said that will help you, you know, fight this virus off, live a better life, get a little bit healthier. And that's what it's all about. We gotta show love to everybody. And, you know, what good is it that I have knowledge and I don't share it? That's what it's all about. You gotta share knowledge with everybody. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you in any way whatsoever. And again, I want to thank all our leaders that are telling people to stay at home, quarantine yourself, trying to stem the spread of this virus. We just get to listen to our leaders, stay at home. If you don't have to go outside, don't go outside. But I'm gonna take a sip of the tea, and because this tea is really, really good. Okay, people, we finished in the kitchen. I'm back up here, and I really want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. This is my way of giving value to you, and I want you to like this video and forward this video to as many people. I want every single person in the world to watch this video, because I have explained something. I'm not a medical doctor, okay? I have my PhD in business, non-medical. So I'm talking to you in layman terms. So what I want you to do is, I want you to understand that you can't put this on the leaders, you can't put this on the president, you can't put this on anybody, okay? It's us that is spreading this virus everywhere, okay? So what we need to do is, just like I said earlier on, is treat yourself, be very, very careful what you do. Assume that you have it, even though you don't, okay? Take the necessary precautions. If you have it, like I said, I want to reemphasize it. Any symptoms you have, scratching off your throat, sore throat, coughing, high fever, you feel like you have pneumonia. So when you start to have these symptoms, please go to your nearest emergency room, okay? I want you to understand that we are all in this world together. And whatever we can do to help each other, that's what we ought to do. I feel a moral obligation to put this video out to be able to educate as many people as I can, at least so they can understand the virus. The death from this coronavirus is one of the most horrible deaths anybody can go through. So I want you to understand that. And those of you who have lost loved ones to this disease, my heart and prayers goes out to you guys. We will continue to put you guys in our prayers. And for all our leaders, people who are trying to make a difference in this world right now, head of states, governors, anybody, anywhere, I commend you for your work. Thank you very, very much. And please, for you guys that are influential, talk show hosts, people in the media, people who have access to reach so many people, take this video and forward it to a lot of people. Let people see this video so they can at least have an idea of how this virus is spread, how they can protect themselves. Thank you so very much for your time. What affects you directly affects me indirectly. And what affects you indirectly affects me directly. So we are all in this world together, and it's just nothing but a global village, okay? So let's love one another, care for one another. I'm gonna put an email here So any of you who feel like they could add or talk to me or tell me something that we could add, please reach out to me, okay? I also want to say this, okay? In as much as our leaders are telling us to stay at home, okay? Quarantine yourself at least 2 weeks if you feel that you've been exposed to this virus, okay? While you quarantine, stay at home. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to go out. And when you go out, protect yourself, okay? Protect yourself. This is an unforgiving virus, okay? It attacks you with every alacrity it has, okay? It doesn't care if you're white, black, yellow. And some people say that it doesn't affect people in Africa. Yeah, it doesn't affect people in Africa because they live in a tropical climate. And the tropical climate cannot help this virus incubate. So that is why it's not spreading so fast in Africa. Okay? So I want you to please quarantine yourself. If you have to, listen to all our leaders. Let's listen to all our leaders. Quarantine ourselves. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to go out. Okay? Stay indoors. Drink plenty of warm water. Drink some tea. Okay? And all these little things. Take your vitamins. These are the things that will help you build your right immune system. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.